Alright, another Steam controller versus a great FPS game. Let me double check something real quick. This is F.E.A.R, this is Steam version. I'm also using a mod, I'm gonna link to it, Echo Patch, that has some quality of life features, some enhancement, just making the game run a little bit smoother with some tweaks, like I have infinite flashlight, I do like that. I also, just for fun, enabled higher precision of the shooting. Hip fire and the aim down sight has the same kind of low spread ratio. But this is just great because this one incorporates a low FPS fix. It adds, a workable window mode. It has some higher quality shadows and just small tweaks. So I do recommend checking this mod out if you're running the Steam version of this game. I'm sure it works with other, maybe with other also. But this at least seems to work fine for Steam for me here. It is compatible with F.E.A.R Ultimate Shooter Edition from Steam and F.E.A.R Platinum from Good Old Games. It is also compatible with Extraction Point and Perseus Mandate, the DLC here. So Echo Patch. I want to have full, just be completely honest with that. And there we go. Here you can get a sneak peek of my configuration. I'm gonna be just playing games, but you can see here F.E.A.R Hulk Edition version 1.0. That is, if you just quickly want to check my configuration out, you don't want to stay for all the yapping and crap like that. But let's get into some gaming here so I can discuss why I did configuration the way I did it. And I also try to, when I do these, the games here, for this configuration, I try to keep as much as I can the same between the different games. So I like, for example, let's get out of the flickering. Example, I like having jump on the, is it the R4 button, I think, right? The top right back button. Right, so I try to keep that across platforming games, FPS, third-person games. I try to keep as much as I can, just very similar. So in this game we have jump, we have a crouch, we have lean left, right, we have aim down sight. By default, aim down sight is toggle, but I'm using the Steam input to make it a hold feature. Crouch is a hold action, but you can change it to toggle in the game settings. We have a flashlight if you want to use that. I have not mapped any of the multiplayer, like talking and stuff like that. I don't think multiplayer is even working right now, so I just kind of ignored that. Let me bump the audio a little bit here. Here. Once again. All right. We also have a melee button, we have grenade toss, we have a slow-mo. We have a cycle through weapon. So in this game, you have 3 weapon slots by default. This mod actually lets you make more weapon slots, but just keep like keep the original feeling. I went with just, we have 3 slots, but I don't have 3. Normally I have a mode shift on my, mode shift on the right trackpad. This time around I just have that if you click it, you cycle through the weapons here, and I'm cycling from slot 1, 2 and 3, because this game you don't hot swap weapons, it's more like a tactical thing. And the same for grenade types, you just you have a button to toggle between them. which I think works fine. You do have, which is fun, you have a walk button here, right? So for my configuration to work, you have to go into options, game, always run on, and there's only one reason for that, and that is, let me do controls, controls. Here you can see all my mapping things. I think that you only need to remap walk. I have it set as an as a hold action here. Walk is hold. You can also have it instead set this to be a toggle if you want to toggle walking instead, which could be very preferable. But yeah, so one thing you can see here is that there is no sprint, but you can turn on like auto sprint or auto run. There's no run. I couldn't find any run button, so I just, for this configuration, I just went in, I did, okay, always run, that works fine. And if I need to be sneaky, we have a walk button. If there is a run button in this game, I don't know where it is, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I think most of this should be the default. You might have to rebind jump to space, because this is a weird game. Lots of the key bindings are just not bound, and I tried to set restore, you know, default. Restore default. I pressed that, but still something wasn't bind. So let's go through it. Here you have my key bindings for the interaction here. It's walk, hold, or you bind it to toggle walk if you want to toggle instead. Interaction here, it's pretty much default. I don't think I changed anything here. It should be pretty default, but I don't 100% remember. And then you go to inventory here. I don't have... I might have forgotten to assign drop weapon. Can I open my configuration? Yes, I did unfortunately forget drop weapon. I don't think it's super necessary, but to see, I'm not going to upload another version of this. I'm just going to show you, you can just do this, and you can go in here, and then you can do this, and then why not, we can do this. I actually don't think you need this, really. You just swap weapons anyway. Like if you want to swap out your pistols, you just pick up a different weapons. You don't have to, that I can remember, drop your pistols, you know, for it. And then I did find this next grenade, because again, I don't think that I need to hot swap weapon grenade types. Like, but again, if you want to hot swap grenades and stuff like that, you can make a mode shift on the right touchpad, or you can just have it as a menu or something on the left touchpad. I don't think I'm using the left touchpad at all. No, left trackpad is not being utilized. That, you know, you can just have your left trackpad be up, down, whatever, for as a mode shift, just for your grenade types or for weapon or whatever. You know, you can have mode shift on the left maybe for grenades, and then on the right one you can have a mode shift for the weapons if you like. But this is more of a tactical, more like planning, so I just felt that it's not really enhancing the gameplay here for me. And let me just show me this one also. This one was not bind. Talk, team say, team radio, I have not bound them at all. So that's not necessary. But yeah, in this game, I feel it's, we don't need a performance here, but it's running smooth at 120 frames in 4K. Like, I don't like have to super fast swap weapons, and I can do it pretty fast anyways, because the big thing here is that, let's say I have my weapons. This is weapon slot 1. If I now pick up a grenade launcher when I'm holding the pistols, that will now be slot 1. So to me, it just doesn't make sense to swap between the slots. It's better to just quickly swap like this. I think it works perfectly fine. And the same for the grenade types in the bottom right corner. Let me move... right. So in the bottom right, you can see what type of grenade you have. You just press D-pad up and you can, you know, you can see that. I think it's just fits the more of, you know, the tactical vibe of the game. You know, we are going to get into some fighting here, and then I'm going to talk more about, you know, my configuration layout. So auto run by default or sprint, because I couldn't find the sprint button. But this is probably the way I would prefer to play the game anyway. Always running, and then I can press a button or hold a button to walk. And again, you can have it being a toggle if that is what you prefer. And also again, I have hold for aim. You can very easily change that to be a hold action. I'm going, or to be a toggle action. I'm gonna try to remember to turn down the audio a little bit. Try to remember to tell you how, or show you how you can do that.
You have one new message. Mike, what the hell's going on over there? It sounded like an explosion. I can't get through to anybody. Call me back. End of messages.
Yeah, so this is the beginning of the game, but I think this should be fine, because I played through this game like twice or 3 times maybe, and you don't really get anything, you don't get more abilities or anything like that. You have all the tools from the beginning, right? It's just choosing which weapons you want to keep with you for the fights, how to approach areas, finding your way through this, you know, through the levels. It's not about getting you more weapon. You don't get more abilities, you don't get more like movement stuff. So it should be fine. This is definitely a game that I would just love for like a Nvidia path tracing remix, or a proper remake with just good ray trace lighting, flickering and everything. It still looks really good. Even though you can see some of the textures and stuff are maybe, you know, a bit lower quality, but damn, I still really like the vibe and layout of this game. Still has a lot of nice little creepiness to it. I did see the reflex booster. Grab that. Also flickering, I'm sorry if you are sensitive to that. I don't think you can turn that one off, unfortunately. We have a quick save because that is, I think, is a very, very important function in this game. I'm playing this on like the normal difficulty, but this is quite a difficult game, that is for sure. Right. So let me turn down the volume just a smooch little. Or if we're in a fight, I need to comment something. This is just was so fun when I just installed this. I immediately just got drawn into this game. This game holds up really well, I feel like. Still. Ooh. Oh no, HP booster. There we go. There's some nice little good secrets. So one other thing is that this patch that I'm currently, or mod, Echo patch, it fixes the saving. You can see that when you press save, the game will not stutter, it will not freeze, it will just keep going. 100% smooth. The fights in this game is definitely like the highlight of this game. Really so good. I was trying to do... Oh, can I? Nope. Just trying to mess around a little bit also here. Oh, I want to do that. Oh! So if you are using your flashlight, the enemies can be alerted to that. Also, if you're running, they can get alerted. So if you're walking slowly, you know, it's less of a chance that you will get picked up earlier. Like you can sneak up on the enemies more. Which is definitely really like interesting. Good game mechanic. So again, I just don't feel that I need to hot swap the weapon slots. I think this fits more of the tactical vibe. Maybe again, maybe you don't agree with that, and again, just watch maybe my previous Steam versus like Doom the Dark Ages or something like that, and look up how you do a mode shift on like the right trackpad and or touchpad, no, trackpad, right? And you can do the same for the left for the grenades, but I feel it fits better having a little bit of like the hot swapping gone. That I have to be a little bit more aware of how I'm swapping weapon. And again, slot 1 is not every time going to be the pistol. Right, I can swap this one out for a grenade launcher, so it doesn't make sense to me really. I like that. melee kick. I should try to use that when I'm in like slow-mo. So I think one of the reasons why this game still holds up so well is because of the usage of shadows. And that is why I definitely would have think it would have been really nice. You know, really nice. Okay, you couldn't explode those. Would have been really nice with like a proper remake or something. With ray tracing, because it would really be great here. Some heavy dynamic shadows.
The data's uploading now. Interesting. I found a wastewater analysis summary addressed to an ARMA review committee. According to the abstract, there's some major contamination coming from upstream. I can't imagine why ARMA would be interested unless they're responsible.
Right, I think I'm at maximum medkits right now. But yeah, I can definitely see that having a walk being a toggle could be very beneficial, I guess. So again, I'm gonna try to remember to showcase how you like tweak a few things like that to your preference. But I think this configuration has actually been working out really well and should be absolutely no problem having a blast going through this entire game. I did mention Bioshock Infinite as like just showcasing my configuration previous time. I'm still gonna be doing that one. I just kind of fell a little bit just in love with the idea of revisiting this again. Oof. All right. But this is pretty much the entire game, you know. Just going through different areas, having different like combats, and trying to find the right tactical approach to them. With you're gonna get a little bit of different weapons, but there's no more abilities. There's no like weapon upgrades and stuff like that. That's why I feel that this configuration is just, I don't have to play super long into the game. There is a switch, right? This one. Right. So if I... No. Right. I have full armor. Okay, there was no switching. You do have like a kind of crouch jump. That is one thing that might be... It works, but this maybe isn't 100% the smoothest. I can explain why. So on my back, my R4 button here, the top back, right? We have a jump, and if I hold it down for 250, 300 milliseconds, we have a crouch. So you have to press jump and then press and hold the jump button again to do the kind of crouch jump. It works, but it might not be 100% the smoothest. But I don't think that you need to do a lot of crouch jumping, so it shouldn't be something that is annoying. You don't crouch like a ton, and if it's just a very tiny delay, so it doesn't bug me. I have been curious to try if I can lower to the time even more. It is 225 milliseconds. Maybe I can go to 150. Let's see if that works. Maybe. You might want to tweak that. I think this could work. You have a fixed jump in this game. I'm gonna go with the default, but I might be able to turn it down a little bit, even more, to make it feel a little bit more precise. But this is more of a safe. I don't accidentally do it. It still feels pretty damn snappy. Right, you have to go into the water. Scary crap, right? Oh. There we go. Probably don't need to play too much because I've showcased everything. I might soon be just talking about the configuration and giving you showing how you can like tweak it a little bit to fit your personal style. Okay, you can have 10 medkit. There we go. Scary. It does have some good little frightening moment, that is for sure. Like this one, right? The first time you play it. Lots of flashing, that would be nice to turn off. Oh. Oh. Okay, so this is next. Next.
That can't be him. His life signs are a little unusual, but he's definitely alive. He's got to be around there somewhere. I'll keep looking.
Have full medikits, I don't need that. Right, we can jump. Let me just go back and check real quickly. Which way was it? Right. Oh, you're right, you can't go that way, okay. Alright. But yeah, I think it's time. It might be one more fight here, and then I'm gonna talk about and showing just, my configuration. They react very cool. Oh, I think this is where we have the first big boy, right? I think so. Yeah. Very soon there's gonna be a big boy, right? Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Okay, we have a checkpoint. Which way is the right way? It might just lead to the same area. Let's go and check. Right, just a lot of healing. I think we just flank a different way into the same area. Yes. Ooh, damn, okay. Wait, did I hit the checkpoint? So I got exploded by the barrel. That's how I died. There's lots of healing here, so it's okay. We're more healing right here. Right, I think it's time to talk about my configuration. We can just do this. There we go. So definitely, you know, in this game, you're rewarded for being sneaky. Another thing that I want to mention is that this Echo patch for this game will add gamepad support. I'm using everything just mouse and keyboard because that should work. That should mean that my configuration work with non-patched version of the game. And I don't want to. I don't feel that I need the kind of analog stick movement personally in this game, so I think I'm fine either way. Never remember, could you break these? No. Yeah, time to just talk here about the configuration now. Oh, there was one medkit in here. Right, so let's save here. Go, there we go. Right, so we have my kind of standard as I was pointing out. The back, right, top, jump. Hold, you crouch. The bottom, left and right are lean on the back. I think it works great. And you have actually, if you press the L4, I believe, the top left back button, it will do a reload, and it will also be used for open doors and stuff like that. If you hold it down, you walk. So if you want it to be a toggle, again, what you need to do is find this one, L4, and then, oh no, I'm sorry. This is how you did it. I did mention it before. You go in, configure the controls, and instead of having walk bound to alt, you have toggle walk bound to alt. that means that you will just have to press once and it will toggle walk. Now this could cause some problems with you know, having this being reload and use. So you will have to like remap those. You can have reload, for example, being a double press button on the right touchpad here, trackpad. If you go in here, this is the right one. If you do here, you can add R. You can do this, and then you can just do that one. And this will make it so that you, when you double tap, let me maybe showcase it. So if you double tap, it will reload. I think it works fine the way I have it, and I like to have walk as a hold and not a toggle button, so I think it just felt a little bit nicer to just press a button to reload personally. And on the right thumb, what is that? Oops. Let's see, blah blah blah, R1 I guess they call it. If you press it once, the R1, the thumb, right thumb, you have your melee. If you hold it down for 300 milliseconds or two, something like that, I don't know exactly, it is, you will toss your grenade. If you want to tweak that, there you go. You can also swap this one around. Maybe you want to toss a grenade immediately, and maybe you want to have hold for your melee instead. So then it's just, you know, you change this to a long press, and you change this to a regular press. You can also again tweak if you think it should be shorter or longer for the long press, for the grenade toss to happen. Very easy. You can also, if you like, turn on the haptics. I prefer to have the minimal to zero haptics. That's just a personal preference, so it is what it is. But yeah, for me it works great, having always run and then I'm holding down the back if I want to walk, and I, you know, just press it if I want to reload, or if I want to, like, if I want to open a door, I just press the same button. It works really smoothly. I can, you know, I can lean left, right, I can do all kind of crazy stuff. I can do my jump kick. And your slow-mo is on the left thumb here. They call it, what is that? The L1. That is just, I want to have it super quickly, super efficient. I just press it, it activates slow-mo. You could definitely add another hold action to that one. It could be use, reload. If you want to have the back button to be a toggle for walk or something like that. This is the strong point of Steam Input. You can make the game play the way you want it, pretty much. But I just have a quick press. We have slow-mo because I want to be able to quickly go in and out of it. And, you know, the right trigger is just a normal fire button. By default, you do have a forced toggle aim. If I use my mouse, no, I can't use my mouse. If I use the keyboard, this is shift on the keyboard. If I press it once, it toggles aim down sight. I prefer having it on my left trigger and hold. So the way to do that is we go here. You can see here I have the same key bound. I have added an extra command, and it is the same key. And this is being activated by the start of press. And this is again being activated again. So when I press down left trigger, it activates the shift. And when I let go of the left trigger, it activates shift key again, meaning that the toggle button is now a hold button. Works really well, good for me. But if you want this to be a toggle button instead, you just remove this one. You press the X button on your Steam controller, on the bottom one here or the top one, doesn't matter. And then you just go in and change this to a regular press, and now you will have a toggle aim instead. On the right stick touch, I have activate the flashlight, the torch in some countries, right? And I found that tapping the left stick is actually really good for some quick action for me. So that is probably something that I will utilize in more games. Just be able to tap the left stick a little bit. Like that, like an extra tap button. Right, the left trackpad I don't utilize for anything here in this game so far. Maybe I could have it being like a scrolling... I don't know if we need to scroll through text or something in this game. I don't think so. But that could be a good thing if it happens. You can just go in here and you can just make this scroll wheel, and then you can have, you know, the left pad for scrolling. Or again, you can just have this as a... You can have a radial menu, touch menu for grenades or weapon or something. You could also have, you know, weapon menu on the right stick, and you know, you can then have the flashlight activate when you click the right trackpad instead. Right. So right, I don't think that's weird. I don't need to have this one. Let me do this. It works, it's fine, but I guess this is good. I wasn't actually planning on doing this, but I use my template. So this is this is prepared for you guys. So if you want to have your weapon slots, just again go here on the click action and press X, and that will remove the scroll wheel down. Or if you want to change it to be scrolling the opposite way, you can also then, you know, change it to scroll wheel up here. You can also, again, you can add to these ones, right? You can add weapon slot 1, maybe you want this to be weapon slots 2, and then maybe you like this as weapon slots 3, right? You can do that also here. I'm not using this, so I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go and do that. And I'm going to be doing... There we go. This works for me. Since I'm not using the mode shift, I can just do this. Yeah, nice and smooth, quick. Both, it's not a... I think it's actually good that I did forget to remove the mode shift, because it makes it easier for you to use that feature if you want to do that. Right, so I think I've gone through most of the thing. So you can press the B button if you want to drop your weapon here. That's the literal B button here, face button, the B here to drop. Don't think you're ever gonna be needing to use that, but you can use that. You can see here on the D-pad, if we press up on the D-pad, we have cycle grenades. I have only one grenade type at the moment, but you have that. If you press down, you can holster your weapon. You probably never ever gonna use that. You can pretty much remap that to something else. You could have, you know, toggle grenades up or toggle the grenades down and something like that. You know, previous, next, grenade, whatever. Medkit on the right D-pad, I think it's so close to go quickly to the right D-pad, so I think that fits perfectly. But again, you could just have medkit when you press the left trackpad or something like that, or hold the left trackpad. It's also very convenient. Just go straight down and you can then heal quickly, because that is probably very, very important to be able to do quickly in the game. Be able to heal. And I did put on the left D-pad to make it a little bit more of a hassle to accidentally activating. So if you just do that, so if you just tap the left D-pad, you have the quick saving here, right? Working fine. This patch smoothly, you don't have any stuttering when it's saving. And if you hold it down, the left D-pad here, you know, you will then get a quick load. So there you go. Works perfectly fine. I think I've gone through every little thing here. Right, if you press the select key, that is just your mission status here. Nothing particularly there. The start key here, you know, your options menu. There we go. I think that is everything here. Yeah. So I'm really happy with this configuration. This one's pretty fast and smooth to make, and just a very nice to do. Have played absolutely amazing. This is still such a fun game. This has definitely been a game that's been a bit, you know, popular on my channel when I previously like tried this. So I understand why, because it's a really fun game. I think it was really nice to, like, you know, to do this, do a you know, Steam controller layout here before BioShock, because I think this is more popular. Maybe. I had to at least do that one time. I had to do that at least one time in this video. The slow-mo jump kick. Hello? All right. Perfect. Perfect here to showcase a little bit of a fighting here before we jump off. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gives you ideas for, you know, your own configuration. Or maybe this is just an easy way for you quickly get a configuration that is workable for you to enjoy the game. Ooh, that's an HP booster. And it's just such a fun game here. I think definitely the kind of the first to middle part of the game is what I think is the most fun. It goes a little bit maybe bananas towards the end, but it's still a very fun game. So, oh, wait a minute. Right, so let me showcase something that I wanted to point out. So here we have. So this is again why I didn't want to have the slots on the mode shifts. I didn't want to have weapon slots pressing up, down, left, right, whatever on the right touch trackpad here. It is because now my weapon slot is going to be not a pistol in the one, but it's suddenly a shotgun. Now the pistol is slot 2 instead. And again, I think it fits having that you have to be a little bit more tactical, not just hot swapping and like a maniac. Maybe that's just my point of view, but I think this, and the same thing when you're toggling grenades. having that you have to maybe, you know, toggle and not just super fast swap them, it just adds to a little bit more of the tactical realism. But again, you have the ability to just have grenades or whatever being hot swappable. I'm gonna stop here. Ooh. Let's do a save. And just replaying this a little bit for this configuration is so crazy. That's really hard to just stop. It's a very good game, this one.
According to police, an explosion that leveled a dockside warehouse this evening was most likely the result of an industrial accident. No injuries have been reported.
This is definitely on the top of my list of can we get a badass remake? I don't remember exactly what to do here. I think you have to like turn the water on, right? And then you can like swim over. Is there like a valve I can... Yeah, this one, right? Let's do a save and stop here. Maybe when I get on the side. Jumping, platforming works great. Yeah, it's so difficult to stop playing. This is definitely one of the more fun with when it just comes to the AI. All right, but wanna do that? Let's just... I need to save here. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going forever here. Let's do a quick save also. Like the animations here, they kind of clean, crisp graphic. Again, you can see that this definitely is an older game, but it still has a really great artistic style that just still works, and especially all of this good lighting here. There we go. Oh, there you have it. Here I can do, I guess. So, the configuration file here for this game. With utilizing all of the back buttons, that might be a problem for some that don't like back buttons. I really wish that you give back buttons a good go, because they will enhance your gaming experience so much when it starts clicking. I'm not using any of the grip thing here. Again, you could have added like a reload to letting go of the grip or something like that. The grip stance is not really being that consistent for me, unfortunately. And here we go. You should be able to find it in the community configs under F.E.A.R Hulk Edition version 1.0. The only thing that I did that was not in the configuration in this video was that I did map drop weapon B to the B button on the controller. But I really don't think that you are not gonna really be utilizing that unless you for some reason only wanna be running around with 2 weapons, which is definitely a valid gameplay style. You don't have to have 3 weapons. And if you only have 2 weapons, it will work super nice with the configuration that I have to swap with just clicking the right trackpad. You know, it will just cycle between 2 weapons. So that is definitely a very valid tactical choice. Yeah, I don't know. I really felt like just trying this because I wanted to try leaning on the back buttons on the Steam controller. Because I was thinking that when I was playing on the original Steam controller 2026, that I missed a few inputs to be able to lean in that game with the controller. But with the Steam controller 2026 here, those extra back buttons are great for quick leaning in games that really need that. So that is why I just, I want to try this. Because the next up is planned to be Bioshock Infinite, but I think that is just going to be more of like a standard like my previous ones. Nothing too crazy, you have maybe a mode shift, you have a little bit of jumping, crouching and stuff, but pretty basic. And this one is a little bit extra with the kind of leaning buttons, more of a walking there, aiming, using a flashlight, more of a tactical approach. Compared to the previous that's just been more in your face, crazy action, quick kind of inputs, focus on just doing things quickly. Here it is more about how can I make the tactical element of this game translate to the controller and to work really well. And like again, this game I love, I've played through it like once or twice with the Steam controller, and I could definitely see myself doing it again with the Steam controller 2026 edition. Absolutely amazing here. I guess I did forget to mention that I have on the right trackpad only horizontal movement, because I feel that is just working best with the small size of this trackpad. So you have to go in and configure the trackpad and enable the vertical slider to 100% to be able to, aim up and down also on the trackpad. Also, I did disable trackball mode, because for me sometimes I swipe, I hit the kind of right edge of the trackpad and it just goes zooming to the left. So I just feel this has worked perfectly. I don't need really the trackpad, and I'm getting very comfortable with only having horizontal swiping, looking left and right, and then just all of the vertical aiming is always gyro. Has just started to click really well with me. But I definitely would have liked if it would have been the possibility like with the round bigger trackpads like in the original ones, right? Because with that controller I could use vertical aiming and full aiming very smoothly. But feel free to leave a like, a comment, check back to my channel if you want to see me playing more games with the Steam controller. I'm going to do a video showcasing the Steam controller in Bioshock Infinite. Don't know if there is any game that I want to showcase after that. I just want to do my favorite ones. We have Turbo Overkill, Doom 2016. I think I did Doom Eternal, and then we have Doom The Dark Ages. Why not? It's an interesting one. And I want to do Bioshock Infinite, and definitely now I've done F.E.A.R. Thelaco, I also showcased that, which is a great FPS game here. But I think I ran through most of my favorite FPS games to showcase this one in. Obviously, if there is a game, you can always leave a, hey, have you checked this one? Or maybe do a video or, do a configuration like this for it. I'm not into doing multiplayer. I'm sure there are a lot of people they want to do. We have Battlefield, we have COD, we have Fortnite, but I don't think that's going to be something that I want to dig into. And many people also seem to want to use joystick with the gyro to joystick mode, so they get the aim assist, and I think that is cheating, so I would never do that. I would just do 100% mouse and keyboard. That might not fit most players' gaming need anyway. So, but you can always leave a comment if there is something that I might have access to and might wanna just do a quick little configuration or check out. But that's it for today here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye for this time.